Live after it's another one-sided game. We've had a few. I think last night was one, and then today this one. Royal Challengers Bangalore have lost by 21 runs against the Kolkata Knight Riders, and there is a lesson in this particular game, especially for the man to my right, Shane, who at the start of this game had said, "I have no hope." I quote him. Quote unquote, he had said, "I have no hope of my team winning against RCB." He had said.
I have acknowledged, you can check. It's there, on tape.
I thought that KKR were not favourites.
No, I thought they were favourites against Delhi also, against Sunrisers also. You go lose those games, uske baad RCB ke against what?
No, don't explain yourself.
I'm allowed to.
You've said it. Now you can't do any damage.
Your team has exposed RCB, huh?
Well, why RCB is exposed? Every team loses once or twice here and there.
No, but they are actually dependent on a couple of players, Faf and Maxwell. It's a fact.
What about Virat Kohli, the second highest scorer? Second highest scorer.
Virat got runs today also.
Yeah. So they are dependent on him, na? Let's ask the RCB fan, how many players are they dependent on? He's right, they're dependent on few players.
Yes, those three I agree.
Which three? Siraj, Maxwell and Faf. That's what he said.
You're saying no Virat Kohli?
No, I said they are more dependent on these three players.
Are they dependent on Virat or not?
Well, they are dependent on Virat to give them good starts in company of Faf du Plessis. But what happened today?
You lost the aggressor.
Faf. Yeah.
And he lost Maxwell cheaply. Again to a spinner, which is a given every single time he steps out.
Again.
Chakravarthy, 5 games, 3 dismissals. Again. Who's dismissed him the most? Chahal, Ashwin, Chakravarthy, Narayan. Again and again and again and again.
He likes bagging on Maxwell.
No, he has a point. Maxwell cannot win matches in one ball, no, one over. He needs to realize, yes, he's a hitter, but he needs to realize he gets paid the big bucks. He needs to finish the game. And today, Maxwell, today they actually had a par total to chase. 200 on in Chinnaswamy is pretty much par. So it's not that they had a massive total, they couldn't chase it down. And I think Rahul thought that KKR are 20 runs short with what they could have got. No, so I'm just saying that the challenge could have been tougher. Today they didn't have that tougher challenge.
They were 20 runs short. I still agree. Just that because I said they might still win this game because the RCB, they are dependent on a couple of players, primarily on Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell. The moment
Virat Kohli
to a great extent
in batting.
Yeah, to a great extent. Because Virat has been scoring runs, perhaps that is one of the reasons why they are where they are, RCB. But if you see those wins that they've got, more or less you would say that Faf had a major role, Maxwell also had a major role, Virat also had a role, Siraj also had a major role. So the only thing that I was worried about RCB in the mid innings, I said 220 runs, they were 20 runs short. But if they can get these two players out cheaply, one Faf and the other Maxwell, I think they might just win that game. And that is exactly what happened. Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah. I think what we are discussing, I think his days in the IPL or his professional career, I think
as a cricketer.
IPL
may not be over.
IPL also.
He can comment. He can do commentary.
But commentary is not as a cricketer, na. Then he can do. Then international is also not over. Because he'll do commentary in international cricket also. So cricketing career. I think after this he'll find it tough, or maybe he may himself take the call, or will find it tough to get a franchise.
I think what summed up how over his career was, by the way, was the ball he got out to. An absolute half tracker from Varun Chakravarthy. You know for a fact it slipped from his hand. I'm thinking, okay, he'll clear the boundary. He hits it high. And I was Siddharth and they were here, and Siddharth's like, I think he's hit that too high. True enough, catch, and nowhere near the boundary, by the way. The fielder came in. Rinku Singh ran in to take that. So not only was it a bad shot, it was nowhere near the boundary. And I'm like, he's struggling to hit those.
Mistimed it.
Yeah, his timing has deserted him.
No, the other thing which he doesn't do well today, like the run out, I think the partnership was building, but none of us were surprised when that run out happened because, with Dinesh Karthik there. I think though this time I'm also going to blame Suyash Prabhudeja because he should have said no. Once that run was there, he saw Dinesh Karthik run and he also started running, and then in the middle he started to stop. But he was well within his right to say no, and then Dinesh Karthik would have to go back, but he was also half confused. So
Actually, I think there I'll blame Suyash entirely because it was a comfortable two.
No, I don't think
It was because the way Dinesh
he was
took
too
off.
far away.
I think-
Too far away. Even with that stutter wouldn't have happened, I doubt it would have made it.
No, but I am saying somebody must have taken a call as to whether they are right.
No. So that's what I'm
Acha, so
taken a
that-
call for the second run.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they took a call while running, but when they turn around, see, I mean, let's say you scream two when you're crossing each other, but when you turn, both batsmen they reassess right where the ball is,
Exactly.
and one of them says no. So in that case, Suyash Prabhudeja didn't say no. I saw him. He touches. He looks at
And
no.
started.
First starts running.
Yeah,
And then starts. Your first thing is if you think the ball, and you can see it because he's in a position. DK, is going to run anyway. You should have said no. And send
when
DK
you
back.
actually
He
take
did.
a two right at the start, you know whether it is a two or not.
Correct.
So you usually right at the start you would say two, and when you just get into the crease and turn around for that second run, that is when you decide, reassess.
Correct.
Whether we can go ahead with this second run or not. I think that is where if
both are guilty. Both are guilty. They just started running.
But I think that is also because if you would remember, even with Mahipal Lomrod, Dinesh Karthik ran a lot of twos.
No, he
Because
ran
was
twos
strugg-
after
because
that
he was-
also.
Because he was struggling for boundaries.
Yeah. No. He just after that run out, he ran a few twos after that
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
But I'm saying those were twos. That wasn't a two. And what I'm saying, one of them had to say no, but neither did.
But
So-
I think for a youngster, it is a little difficult
No, but
to
yeah, that's what
say
you have to
no
learn. But you have to learn.
You would
I
remember.
agree, I
we
agree.
were watching that game. I think Rajasthan, the last game that Rajasthan were playing against.
Gujarat?
Were they playing against Gujarat? Where Ashwin was there, and batting alongside him was Dhruv Jurel.
RCB that was.
RCB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
RCB. Yeah.
No,
They ran a two. Dhruv Jurel and
towards the
Ashwin.
end. Huh.
And who do you fancy if you want somebody to hit a six? Would it be Dhruv Jurel or Ashwin?
Yeah, but
But
it
they
doesn't
ran
matter. But it doesn't matter what you fancy. Ashwin fancies himself.
Exactly.
So then he ran two, and he
Dhruv
thought
Jurel-
he hit two.
And there
So
also,
it's
I
as
think
simple
Dhruv
as-
Jurel should have said no.
Yeah, no, but in that case, that no would have been because you want strike.
Yeah.
Two were possible, but this
I
one was
understand.
Two was not possible.
yeah possible. So he should have said no. That was his fault. Anyway,
Prior to that, something else had happened when Virat Kohli was running.
To Shabazz.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also to Mahipal. Remember, Mahipal Lomrod didn't run the second run, but then Virat was just easy two. That's the thing. Senior players actually do that.
You have
What may be
push-
easy for
push
Virat
the
may not be
juniors.
easy.
It
for
may not
everyone.
be easy for the other ones.
Yeah.
What may be easy for Virat may not be easy for other players. I thought, Mahipal, he was batting with Mahipal Lomrod or Shabazz?
No, Mahipal Lomrod. Because Shabazz went out cheaply enough for two.
Shabazz went out cheaply.
Yeah.
Third batsman.
Yeah.
So, Virat at 34, 35, for him, those twos seemed so easy.
Yeah.
But I was actually wondering what Mahipal Lomrod must be thinking here. Can I run? And, again and again and again, he was running those twos, Virat.
yeah, well, he's good at. Before we go to some super chats that have come, because we were talking about RCB batting reliant on only one or two players. I saw this meme doing the round. Anurag, do we have it? Yeah, so this meme doing the round explaining RCB batting, and I think it described it very well. So it says RCB batting lineup every game is there.
Yes.
Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli, Maxwell, O Palan Hare, Nirgun और न्यारे तुम्हारे बिन हमारा कोनो नहीं. So whoever came up with this on social media, I'm sorry I couldn't see. Well done, because it really does explain RCB's batting lineup. One word to the RCB in-house fan. What do you make of this?
This is
One on the creativity, the other of the
creativity,
relevance.
10 on 10. Otherwise, salt on the wound. Not very easy to read. But I think, memes aside, I think RCB lost the game in the very first innings, I believe.
Oh, you didn't expect them to chase this down at
No.
Chinnaswamy? You could.
Because those 30, 40, that's how, that was the margin, 25 some runs.
No, but I agreed. But I'm saying there was also a situation they could have got 240 also.
Yeah.
I'm
Then you're always in the back of your mind.
No, but
you're
I'm saying
thinking,
see, remember mid innings, all of us still were 3 against 2, most picked and RCB to win primarily because you were playing at Chinnaswamy.
Of course.
Where chasing is easy and 200 is a par total. So it was all, I mean, and then Sunil Narayan not in form. You knew that. All of that put together, we thought that they should chase it. So if they have not been able to chase it, to go back now and look at the bowling, of course they will, but I doubt on a Chinnaswamy track this is something that they'd be upset about with their bowling. I think they're okay. Batting should have been better.
bowling with their bowling.
They wouldn't be upset with their bowling, I guess.
I think a little work could have gone in the
No,
bowling.
I'm saying
today.
there's always scope for that, but I'm saying in a small ground, most bowling lineup. I'm
of
saying
course.
like if CSK was also there. I think MS Dhoni would take a 200, then he would expect his batsman to chase it down on this ground. Again, it'll change different grounds. So.
Which has happened though in the past, but RCB lost it primarily in the fielding. You mentioned 2 catches being dropped
That's what I'm saying.
today.
No,
Look,
no, but what I agree, it could have been less, but I'm saying once you know this total 200 odd,
It must-
Chinnaswamy you have to chase it.
you have to
It
chase.
should be easy for
But
you.
actually, 2 catches. The one that Mahipal Lomror hit, the catch that was taken by Russell, a tall man, he took a catch close to the boundary. But the Venkatesh Iyer catch of Virat Kohli, that ensured that KKR had the game firmly in their grasp because, as we all know, only 3 batters. Worst case, on a rainy day, 4 batsmen can get RCB home. When the 3 went, when Kohli's wicket fell, that's it. You saw any 6, any 4 that was hit, there was not much of cheer because you know that the backbone of the RCB batting was done.
That's what I'm saying is, it's not that RCB have batted horribly. They've got a few runs on the board. They've lost by 25 runs. Not a big margin, but not a very small margin either. But what I'm seeing is you're not having impactful performances when it comes to batting, except of course KGF.
Yeah.
Other than that, Mahipal Lomror stepped up today, made a few runs, made a good few runs. Again, spin that too. I think KKR has a good spin combination. But it's not impacting you in a positive way. But where is the impact going? Except Faf du Plessis and Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli, I also would like to step aside for a moment. I'd like to say the ones who are aggressively playing, the ones who are getting runs at a quicker pace, Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell, they didn't really, play with an intent of staying at the crease today.
Exactly, that's what I said. Probably they're batting.
will say this though, Siddharth and I were checking Kohli's stats today. Against spin, he was very aggressive. In fact, against the spinners,
Today he
scored
was, yeah.
at a strike rate of 150. 41 of 27 balls was what he got off the spinners. So he was aggressive. I think the problem came in that he had his 2 pillars. K was there, but GNF was gone. They had no girlfriend. GF.
So
Yeah.
bad.
So their
I was
support
like,
was
maybe
gone.
I thought maybe the story of the film is something.
No. I haven't watched the film, truth be told.
How many did he get, Virat? Can you go to the scoreboard?
Yeah. 54 of 37.
54 of 37.
So what he's saying is that overall strike rate at 145, but against spinner he was more aggressive at 150
correct.
or so,
41
and
or
maybe
27.
maybe 140 odd. But I don't know. I got the feeling today watching Virat bat, especially today, that I think he was trying to prove a point. Whether it was about his strike rate, whether it was about his spinner, maybe he did read or hear comments about one strike rate being spoken and one that his weakness against spinner. So he was hell-bent on proving, whatever outside noise, naysayers wrong. I thought that there was that one drive in him.
No, but he was in that zone today. I mean, look at the shot that he hit off Umesh. Standing up tall, inside out over extra cover. That was vintage, 2015-16 Virat Kohli. You actually look at it, he was in that zone throughout. But again, the same problem with RCB that has been playing them for over a decade. Just reliance on 2 or 3 players in the batting. That's it. It cannot help you every single match. It cannot help you in every single tournament. It's simple. Look at what happened to the Indian cricket team of 2017. Get Dhawan, Rohit and Kohli out. They didn't have a middle order. That's the problem. Same with RCB.
No, but at that time they had an MS and things. Just that they weren't required to come
Exactly,
and do
because
the-
most of the times what used to happen was
Top three would
Rohit,
do the
Virat, and Shikhar. They would finish the game, and they would, and the lower order or the middle order would hardly get to bat. And one fine day,
It won't
the
happen.
top order collapsed. And as it happened, it was
In the
a World
finals?
Cup semi-final.
Or Champions Trophy final.
Champions Trophy final. So, but here your lower order RCB, their lower order has it has often got opportunities to bat, but they have failed to deliver. As for Virat spin, yeah, I agree, but I think Virat got his first 33 runs of 19 deliveries.
Yeah, well, that's quick fire.
Yes.
I think there's nothing you can nitpick today as far as Kohli's innings. I had no problem with
Then
it.
his second, I think
21 of
the
18
next
balls.
21 runs came off 18 balls.
But that was also at a time when the
When
spinners.
wickets,
Do you
yeah,
really
wickets fell.
do you
wickets
think
fell.
Maxwell would have batted like that?
But
No, but
Maxwell wasn't batting, so that's a
No,
moot
no, I'm
point.
saying Maxwell. So that's what we are saying. So, I'm asking you, do you think Maxwell, same situation, put Maxwell there? Virat, Faf, and Shabazz gone.
Yeah.
Do you think Maxwell would have batted that way?
No, but then
No.
if Maxwell would have batted that way, there was only two results. Either he would win them the match or he'd lose them the match. Today, that was the problem. He was coming with this hell for leather approach that no, I'm going to be aggressive.
And when you're chasing a score in excess of 200, here it was precisely 200, you think that sort of an approach would have won you a game?
It wasn't necessary today, I think.
I think today they were in a position to win.
Yes.
The lower order didn't fire.
All-
At no point it looked like that, the required rate had gone completely out of control
Correct.
in a small ground. They should have won it today.
But-
Different days, different ground, maybe.
One ball. It was a matter of one ball.
Yeah, well, which is what I'm saying. Today, if
So
your
maybe-
lower order stepped up,
I
they would
get
have
your
won it
point. I
today.
get your point. I am
After
saying,
the start that they got.
I get your point. I am saying because see the run rate was also climbing. I think by the time the penalty mate over was about to be delivered, I think they needed how many runs of last 12 balls?
They did about 30 odd runs.
30
no,
odd
nearly
runs.
40 runs in fact.
40 runs. I'm saying if and at times you have to try. You are Virat Kohli, the greatest batsman of this era, and you could have, because you never know when this is KKR by the way, you never know when they would panic. Maybe just to create pressure, if you would have attacked a particular bowler or one over or a couple of overs, maybe they would have panicked. Maybe I'm saying, and eventually by the time DK also, he's struggling for runs. He's struggling with strike rate also now.
Yeah.
So maybe by the time he would have when he came out to bat, maybe the equation could have been different, where he could actually take he didn't have to put pressure on the batsman by those by running those twos and
doesn't matter what the required rate would have been. Good chance DK would have got somebody run out, or good chance he would have
Hold out. Which he did
trying
both,
to
by
hit
the
a
way.
six. No matter the situation. So wrong example. Pick another batsman to give that example.
Today I think again they lost the match. One when that very good catch was taken to dismiss Faf. That was one. Suyash getting the key wicket once again. The other moment was when Maxwell played that horribly brainless
so
shot.
basically in a way you are also saying that they lost the match because Faf and Maxwell got out cheaply.
Correct. That is why I had confidence that they would defend this for two reasons. One, I said you get two of those three, the KGF, you get one or two of them early. It puts pressure on the middle order. Second was, this wasn't your typical Chinnaswamy wicket. In the
Slowed
sense,
down.
it did slow down.
Because of the number of matches that they
Yes,
won.
the spinners came into play.
But I'll tell you, I'm going to blame RCB for that. They won the toss. And if you heard at the toss, that's what I'm saying. By the way, what today's match has
Matthew
also
Hayden.
done is they have broken the winning streak of RCB. They were on a winning streak, so they've lost. And I think Virat himself was on that winning streak.
2 games winning streak ended.
So that could have been 3. But today, he decided to bowl second. Chase the total. But at the toss, I remember Nitish Rana saying that they would have anyway batted first. So they read the conditions differently. And as it turns out, I agree that wicket has started to slow down. By the way, there's a trend now emerging where batting first has suddenly started becoming the right thing to do. Nitish Rana said today that they would have batted first. So that again, while it will go unnoticed, is also a sort of a mistake that RCB made while having won the toss.
And also put RCB in a situation they're not familiar with. They won their last few games batting first. Yeah, put them in a situation they're not familiar with.
Though he said at the toss, Virat, if I'm not mistaken, that we're used to like chasing it down at this ground. So that's why we'd prefer.
Jason, what down exactly?
But if you
It didn't happen. Look at him now. Avoid sledging them.
No,
Before
but-
it started, I no hope they're going to lose.
Jason, what down? They have a terrible record against.
This is what happened. This is what happens when you get something unexpected.
Yeah.
No, but they have a bad record at home. Their home record is not good. That's the thing. They are the opposite of a fortress. It's an open bank. That home of theirs.
see the,
Achha, just one point before I forget, because I have a bad memory. You guys are wrong. Virat still can afford an over rate fine.
Is it?
How?
But you
That
don't
was
know.
far.
No. But I'll tell you. So wait. When Virat was given that fine, he was fined 24 lakhs. That's the second fine.
Yeah.
So he can't afford it. It's for the team, not the captain.
Are you sure?
Yes, because he was fined 24 lakhs. I did that breaking news, I remember. So the fines are 12 lakhs for the first time,
Right.
24 for the second, third time is 30 lakhs and 1 match ban.
But why you worried? You
only
declared
say it
here.
won't come.
Doesn't matter that is not going
No,
to come.
that's what I'm
It still
saying.
stands by it.
That I am saying that Virat can still afford a
Achha,
second
you
fine.
know, I think why he's saying is because he's saying yes, that third won't happen. So he's saying one more will happen, but that will be second. That is
But can IPL afford to ban Virat?
why not?
Exactly
No,
my
this
point.
is wrong.
Exactly
Nobody is
my-
bigger than the game and the tournament.
But it's IPL.
Arey yaar, Nikhil, come on. We've seen
do you
it
mean?
so very often. Even broadcaster wants to have a Virat Kohli when he wants to take rest.
You can't change rules like that, yeah, for different players. That because he's Virat
Arey,
Kohli.
there is no third fine.
That's unfair. I will run a story.
Campaign to ban. ban.
Our job as journalist is to highlight wherever there's injustice happening. And if some poor guy gets fined, and
Poor
star
guy?
players, no, let's say
Poor
some,
guy is getting a fine
let's say
of
Nitish
12
Rana.
lakh.
24.
Let's say Nitish Rana gets banned.
Exactly,
Because he's
third.
not a big star, you'll ban him. Third
He
fine
would have
will come.
easily
No,
got it
he
back.
will also not be.
Then,
Nobody.
it's fair for everyone.
That's what I say. It's
Then
uniform.
It's uniform.
Nobody will get that ban.
Then I think it's fair.
Third.
Then I think it's fair.
Who?
But if you're going to have a different set of
Three
rules
rules.
for
Yeah, who did-
Virat Kohli or for MS Dhoni, then that is wrong. But if you're saying everyone, nobody's going to get fined, then it's
Did he dismiss Virat Kohli? Varun?
no.
No.
Then he doesn't.
Andre Russell.
Then he
Andre Russell dismissed him.
Yeah, of all people, a pacer dismissed him, and Andre Russell not even of a cutter, 140 odd kilometer per hour ball, and he holds out to the fielder. That was nice.
So that the reason why you were surprised that Varun Chakravarthy is getting player of the match?
No, I thought it would be, but I thought maybe they'd give it to Roy or someone also.
Are you sure that's player of the match? Because there are 5.
No, otherwise, but no, they'll not interview him, na.
True.
They'll give those a game changer and
Yes.
has to be
Yes.
3 wickets.
Chalo.
Just go down on
No, there are
Shane is not bothered as to who gets player of the match.
I
as
don't
long
think
as
give it to David Visa also, no problem.
According to their ESPN Cricinfo's impact index, Banindu Hasaranga has got the most impact. Jason Roy second, Varun Chakravarthy third.
That's why I said maybe Jason Roy. But Vanindu actually had a terrible time with the bat. That was the problem.
But he's there as a
But
bowler.
they had already
He's
lost.
an LPL legend.
But he had
No,
already.
he's a good bat. I'm
Yeah.
saying, but his impact came with the ball. He
Yeah.
actually had outstanding figures. 2
Yeah,
wickets,
2 for 24.
That too.
6 and over in a game where 200 is scored. So
Bowled in the power play. Bowled in the death also.
Yeah, 1 over in the death, yes. But he got 2 wickets. Venkatesh and Nitish, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
And that I think he bowled that 4th over where he gave away only 2 runs.
Yeah, and got 2 wickets.
2 wickets here.
In that 4th.
Yeah, last over.
Fourth,
Oh, wait,
no, 4th. Sorry, the 4th over of the match.
Yeah, the power play over. Right.
And Jason Roy was batting.
No, but he didn't give away 2 runs. He hit 1 boundary off him.
No, I think Jagdishan played out that over. Just got.
No. I remember Jason Roy hitting a reverse sweep off him.
Maybe. Then I think he bowled that 7th over. There were 66 for no loss.
And then he
at
came
the end
on
of
and
the power play. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah.
Stand corrected.
Okay, we've got lots of super chats. Can you start taking them one by one
I
in
think
order?
most of them would be RCB today.
So that's okay. Ronak Goel has a very interesting question. Why did RCB choose Harshal Patel for impact player replacement instead of Siraj or Vishak? Which is very, very true. I mean, good point. Harshal is a much better batsman than these two. Am I missing something? Good point, Ronak. I'm also a bit surprised that they did not have Harshal batting there. I wonder whether he picked up a niggle. I think that could be the only explanation. Otherwise, between Siraj and Harshal, no brainer, or Vishak for that matter.
Exactly. I mean, you should have ideally subbed out Vishak, which has been happening in the previous 2 games.
Yes.
But here you subbed out Harshal.
No, that's strange. I'm sure there must be a niggle or something. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Next one, please. This is the second one. SP Roy says he has a suggestion. Please build up to the WTC final. Some videos, iconic India-Australia series. The 47 series, 59, oh my god. 69 also. 77, 81, 2001. No, we'll do something. We don't have to go that far back, but we will definitely do a lot of build-up. We'll definitely do a lot of build-up for that. Thanks.
I think you'll get coverage from England.
Okay, Aditya Mohanty has a question. You could answer that. Shane, wants to know, Pandit as man manager is not helping veterans like Narain and Dreras. Your views? There is a school of thought that believes that Chandrakant Pandit is not a great man manager, not helping veterans.
I think, Joy Bhattacharya is entitled to his
I
opinion.
took no names.
Oh, okay.
I said there is a school of thought.
That school of thought is valid to exist, let's say.
Yeah, so
but
just-
I don't know. I think that's this is a classic thing which everyone does. I remember people tried to pick out there was a fight happening between Dinesh Karthik and Russell at one point because Russell came out with some very incendiary things in a press conference. So this is a point of contention. I don't think man management is down to blame for Russell and Narayan's poor form. Narayan in particular has been struggling ever since the IL T20, where he was leading the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders, captaining them to a last place finish in the league. As for Russell, I mean, he's been effective as a bowler. Dreras, the bowler right now, is far more effective than Dreras, the bat. And I think he's a good enough guy that he can get himself out of this rut. And today, to be fair, what wrong did he do?
No, he's talking in general, man.
No, I don't know. I think it's too early to tell. Too early? Yeah.
For Chandrakant Pandit. But
You can't judge Chandrakant Pandit right now.
No, I
No,
am
he's saying too early to tell whether he's talking to them or not.
were they being handled properly last season? Chandrakant Pandit wasn't there.
Exactly.
What did they come up with?
Well, last year Narayan was pretty good. Yeah, he was very economical last year. He had an economy throughout the tournament in 14 matches of 6 point something.
Yeah.
He was good. Russell also.
So just
So basically, if a player is not doing well, you have to blame the coach for mishandling him.
I'm not.
Oh, I'm just asking.
No, so I tell you, to be fair, we really can't comment on that because I don't think we've spoken to any player or for that matter Chandrakant Pandit or we know any. If there is a comment like that he has been doing it, maybe certain people may have, and that's why they passed the comment. We don't know. So, but whatever little I know of Chandrakant Pandit's coaching time in domestic cricket, and I've spoken to a few players at the time that he was coaching at domestic level, I've never got this impression from anyone. In fact, they all praise him a lot for his management skills and how he's such a sharp thinker and various things. So I find it a bit surprising to read that certain people feel like that, but I don't know, maybe they have some inside knowledge, unless one of us has spoken to somebody who's
maybe
could confirm or deny, whatever.
Maybe the school of thought, the people in studying in that school, they have some inside information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they do. Maybe they have spoken to somebody.
Maybe they already are or were part of that camp, and I don't know if they've done wonders with that team. Maybe because we've
They
seen
won the title, I think, no? Didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but I think the credit went to Gautam Gambhir there.
And the coach at that time was Trevor Bayliss.
Yeah. And so anyways, with KKR we've seen the worst. Somebody like Kuldeep Yadav, just because somebody from a different team didn't want Kuldeep Yadav to play in the KKR 11, he was dropped. Kuldeep Yadav.
Saurav Ganguly, the son of the soil from Mr. Bengal himself, was discarded very.
Then
quickly.
things were being managed very nicely there. KKR, one of the reasons I understand McCallum, Chandrakant, and have greatest respect for Chandrakant Pandit. It's not that he's won one title, one Ranji Trophy title, or he's won with different teams.
Yes,
I think he has that ability. He knows how to get the best out of a player. He's done very well in domestic cricket, but it's not easy when you are dealing with an IPL team where you have pressure from the owners also, the CEOs also, and you have players also. You have to see, there are international senior players, and at times you have to deal with their egos also. You might be the biggest coach on earth, but then cricket is no football. Here, players, especially senior players, they call the shots.
That's true for football also, by the way. In club football, yes. Player power is a very commonly thrown around term.
But I think the manager is quite powerful. I mean, where else could a manager throw a shoe at a David Beckham? I mean, but
Fergie was from the
But it
different
doesn't
school.
matter. Here you can't. No matter who you are Ravi Shastri, you are Rahul Dravid. They are bigger than Fergie, right? Can you ever see a situation somebody throwing a shoe at a Virat Kohli? No chance. No chance. So in football,
Can you bench Virat Kohli?
Still,
You can't ban him either.
You can.
So player power, yes, but not to the extent. See, in cricket, the captain and the players run it, and it's been like that forever.
True.
But in football, if you got a Mourinho, you got a Alex Ferguson or a Pep Guardiola, whatever big names, it's tough to.
I mean, to be fair, Mourinho, every single job that he's got sacked by, he's by losing the dressing room. So bad example.
Yeah, no. But no. Losing the dressing room also because results not coming. Or for example, let's say he's at
alienated players.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not that. While he's in charge, anybody questioned him as to who you're benching, who you're playing. He could bench the biggest player. Here, imagine a coach doing that.
Lest we forget, this is the man who drove Iker Casillas out of Real Madrid.
Exactly.
The biggest Mr. Real Madrid driven out of Real Madrid.
The longest serving coaches in Indian cricket have been those who've been silent.
Yeah,
correct.
The biggest figure. I know Kapil Dev was also the coach of this Indian team. Then Ravi Shastri, another big figure, another. But biggest name, if you see, alongside Kapil Dev, was Greg Chappell.
Yep.
Who coached India.
No,
What happened with him?
Captain Ajit Wadekar was
Ajit
coach at one
Wadekar.
point, and at that time he was pretty big because
Bishan Singh Bedi has also
Bedi.
been your coach, selector.
Was Kapil Dev a coach at one point?
Kapil Dev. And but the longest surviving coaches have been the likes of John Wright.
People who knew
People may not even
Duncan Fletcher,
John Wright, Gary
Kirsten.
Oh, silent.
So which have to actually shadow the captain, like just do a supporting role. In football,
It's the other way around.
Yeah, the manager.
You talk about benching a player. Only one coach in India has ever done that. Greg Chappell, Saurav Ganguly.
Yeah.
What happened to Greg
What
Chappell?
happened to him?
And if you look at player versus coach problem, Anil Kumble, Virat Kohli.
And what happened to him?
Player power.
Player power.
Player power. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And captain power specifically.
No, but and in football, in fact, the opposite is true. So many coaches have gotten rid of the biggest players. Like they don't want it. Like I'm just saying, Barcelona, Ronaldinho, like probably the greatest. But once the manager thought that
he's a bad influence.
came out. So that's what I'm saying. That will seldom happen in cricket. Like you just can't push a player.
Especially in the bigger teams.
Yeah. Okay, Mehraj rule from Canada says that if every player is in the pool and each one of you are franchise owners, who will be your first pick? For me, it's Rashid Khan above all with 3D skills. Very good pick by Mehraj. So I'm assuming this set of players at the moment that they are, not at their prime, right?
No.
So that's the question. Let's say today all players go on
Are
the pool,
fit and
available,
And fire.
and you have to pick the first pick. So who do I start?
Yeah.
I'll go with a fit Jasprit Bumrah, first pick.
Okay.
Give me some time. I'll need some time.
I'll go with Faf.
Faf. Okay.
I'll go with Lasith Malinga. Fit,
No. Current right now.
Current.
but he is not current. He is not current.
Haan, to
Jasprit Bumrah is not a current player.
He's
not
a current
injured.
player. He's injured.
For
You
months.
just said if they are fit.
So
You said if they are fit. This generation of players right now.
he's not
This
announced his
generation.
retirement. No.
And in this current, like in the sense, like for example, you can't take peak Dhoni. You have to take Dhoni of right now. That's what he means to say. Like of this time.
Dhoni of 2023.
Yeah.
Not Dhoni of
2011,
You can't say like, you know.
But then you cannot pick Jasprit Bumrah of 2023.
He's unfit now. You're saying if they are fit. Baba, if he's a fit
So
Bumrah.
are you confident that Jasprit Bumrah, when he returns,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's confident.
I'm confident I'll take it. My pick, yeah. I'm the franchise owner.
I may have to go with
You
Rashid
pick.
Khan.
Rashid Khan, I would pick. Currently. So, for example, a lot would pick Sunil Narine, but not this Sunil
No,
Narine.
not this Sunil Narine.
So, we're
Sure.
picking right now. Or, yeah, like,
Joss Butler.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
you can still say.
Yeah, just.
Okay,
Fight in the auction and
if it's
Not-
Indian pick, Sanju Samson.
Really?
Indian pick, Sanju Samson.
no, he's not said Indian. You have to pick one. Who you can go with Sanju Samson.
Okay, since you're picking Joss, I'll pick Sanju Samson.
Just the boss.
Okay, that was pretty easy.
You pick.
Gagi, what about
She picked Faf.
And I'm biased.
You are
I'm
biased.
biased.
I
He's
think-
called Shane Bias.
What do you want?
He's called Shane Bias for a reason.
I was called Shane Bias because of a typo.
Still, it shows.
Lest we forget. Typos.
Sharan says, after seeing Varun Chakravarthy this season, do you guys think can he be drafted back in the England team?
No,
No. If
no.
I'm saying no, best believe it's no.
Okay, let Gargi explain why did you say no.
I mean, again, we've seen so many players being fast tracked from the IPL, but IPL should not be a basis for selection for the Indian team. I believe you need to hustle it out. I think a couple of years should be a criteria for being picked in the Indian team. You know, 2 good years in the domestic circuit and you're brought into the Indian team. I think that's what it should be, not the IPL, because IPL and pressure in the domestic circuit and pressure in the international circuit are very different. You don't really have that level of responsibility as you have in domestic cricket and in international cricket. So it's not the right measure to get selected in the Indian team.
No, just 2 people. Let Rahul also say. Why will you go with Varun Chakravarthy?
I'll go with Gargi. I'll not go with
Explain
Varun
why.
Chakravarthy.
Why? Explain now.
I think Gargi has explained it.
Nothing more to add.
Although, Varun Chakravarthy, now if he's doing so well this season, I think he has a decent sample size. If you pick him today, I may not have an issue. If you pick him today, the last time when you picked him on the basis of that one season and also half season you can say, same is the case with Venkatesh Iyer also. So today you still have a sample size of a couple of seasons, although in between he's had some
Peaks and troughs, that's it.
a very bad season also, but also what goes against him for me in this day and age is his fielding. He's a very poor fielder, perhaps the worst of the lot.
And that's in a team which has Sunil Narine, by the way.
Yeah. Because when he was picked for the T20 World Cup squad, I was just wondering, Ashwin and Varun Chakravarthy in the same 11 on that same field.
But I'll say some of the biggest experts, analysts, also that time said play Varun Chakravarthy, bring him as the X
At
factor.
that time I had spoken, that you also know it, we'd spoken to the selectors also. So the idea, in fact, management also wanted, the team management also wanted Varun. The idea behind that was that they wanted to keep Varun Chakravarthy in the squad, and there would be matches against the bigger teams, and because he was an unknown entity, they just wanted him to play in those big games like against Pakistan. And he did play against Pakistan.
Yeah, he did.
He played a second match.
Also New Zealand. He played against
New Zealand, Pakistan. But by the time, first 2 games, India's campaign was over after losing those first 2 games. So that was the idea for picking Varun Chakravarthy. In fact, the first time when he was picked for that Australia tour, the team management was later told that he has a broken shoulder, and they were furious because he was playing with that shoulder during the IPL. So I think there are question marks on commitment also. And with Ashwin, at least he's a safe fielder. He is a slow fielder, But he's a safe fielder. Varun Chakravarthy is neither a safe fielder,
No, no
and
fast fielder.
not quick enough.
Also, I think with the addition, one point I'll always make is that when it comes to, there's certain types of players who function very well in a domestic T20 franchise kind of
Setup.
setting that might not necessarily translate to international. So I'll give another example from KKR itself. Someone like Rajat Bhatia, underrated man to have in your team. He'd bowl 105 kilometers per hour and put cutters on that also. So he was a slow ball bowler. Very effective in T20 cricket, particularly at that Eden Garden. Would you want him in the Indian team? No. Varun is fine as an IPL, someone who can function in the IPL, play the occasional domestic matches. He does play for Tamil Nadu, if I'm not wrong. He plays domestics for them and does okay in the IPL. Let him be that. Not every player who plays well has to get an India cap. I mean, if we're reaching that point where we want to see football franchise as like a club country kind of thing, not all club legends end up becoming legends for their country, and that's okay.
And just to explain, because we often get carried away with the performances in the IPL, even for a batsman also. What usually happens, the difference between IPL and international cricket. In IPL, because the format, the model is such that you have to play 7 Indian players. And every team will have, how many fast bowlers or bowlers are playing for India currently. You have a Mohammad Siraj, you have a Mohammad Shami, you have a Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I'm talking about the front line. Bumrah is not available. You have a Yuzi Chahal, you have an Ashwin, and then Kuldeep. These are 6 frontline bowlers who usually the selectors or the team man, they shuffle between these. Now when you play the IPL, you will also get a bowler with lesser credentials. You will get to face a Shami for Gujarat Titans, but then you will also get a Yash Dayal. When you are playing international cricket, you're playing against England, the best players from that entire country. You will have to face a Mark Wood, you will have to face a Jofra Archer, you will have to face who else is there in England?
Rashid.
In England team, Adil Rashid and fast bowlers I'm talking about. Chris Wokes. So
Stokes.
Yeah, so Ben Stokes. So that's the difficult job to handle, and that's why I often say that hold your horses when you are don't read. Well, there is something special about a talent, about a player, but then you need to tread a little carefully.
Okay, Saurabh Mukherjee says, what an embarrassment for Virat Kohli. There is big reason why RCB in India never won big trophies. Losing to a side sitting on 8th and expecting to win the IPL, not problem. He is a hardcore KKR fan.
Yeah, I know that.
No, but in this IPL, even Delhi Capitals lying in the bottom are also beating teams now. So
despite being a KKR
that's a bit hard.
fan, I think he doesn't have high hopes from his team also.
No, same.
By the way,
Same.
I was telling Gargi, I'm like, your team lost twice to KKR in the same season.
Yeah.
Really?
Same.
How?
Same. All fans are same.
But also, how do you blame a single person for a loss? Virat Kohli did not drop those two catches.
but I think Gargi, you didn't lose because of those 2 dropped catches.
No, but I'm saying other
Nitish
things
Rana
also
didn't win.
happened.
No, I get your point, and you are right also. You don't have to blame Virat Kohli for every loss that RCB suffers. Yeah, and you don't have to give credit to Maxwell and Faf for every win that they have. But then you lost because you don't have a middle order, you don't have a lower middle order.
Yeah,
it's because of your Indian talent there.
Yes.
Sorry, you want to say?
Same old story as I've been saying, 10 years. Never had a middle order, never had a lower middle order.
It's a cycle stand. That middle order is a cycle stand. Once that top order gets out, you just have to kick one cycle.
It's like a domino effect. Yeah.
House of cards.
Manchester Rising from the US of A says, win the toss and bat first. See this IPL stats in Bangalore. That seems to be the...
Except the first game that was played here. Mumbai versus RCB. Mumbai batted first, but RCB won it very easily.
Mehraj Rule says Andre Russell is currently the opposite of Unadkat in scales. Very mean, whichever way you look at it.
As in, normally you would expect Dredas to be a better bat than a bowler. Now he's bowling better than he's batting.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's cool.
Okay, Shubham Gar says he wants to correct you, Rahul. RCB didn't slow down after power play. They were 58 for 3 in 6 overs and 116
You
after 12
are
overs.
absolutely
That
right.
is par
Shubham.
for the chase.
No, you are absolutely right, Shubham. I agree, and they didn't slow down. It's just that I was trying to assess the innings. Virat's they didn't, because Mahipal Lomrod was scoring runs at a decent pace, but Virat Kohli first 33 runs of 19 deliveries, and thereafter he took 18 balls for those next 21 runs. You know, we can read it whichever way we want to.
Okay, I think we addressed that bit earlier as well. I also thought that today they had a good enough base. From there on, they should have won it, but it's the middle order that just didn't step up. Miraj Rule says, we all know that IPL made Ashwin, Bumrah, Pandya, and so on. I mean, I can agree with Bumrah and Pandya, not so much Ashwin. Ashwin did the hard yards also.
In
he
domestic,
came through domestic cricket, came up. So is it fair to say Virat is also a product of IPL? No, actually Virat became very popular after under 19 only. And people started talking about him and his exploits in Ranji Trophy and all that. But I think what made Virat was, in a sense, Virat himself, when he narrates that story of he saw himself in the mirror where he looked like this one fat bloke who was feasting on butter chicken and having a gala time, not training, and do which one. See, he was always talented. People in the cricketing circles had heard about him, but I think is that switch that he turned on, realizing that, listen, I need to be like an athlete. I need to start looking. I think it's when he became serious about the sport, that's when he did justice to his talent. So not so much IPL, I guess. It's
I think if you even have to look at one knock of international standard, forget the Kolkata 100 that he made with Gautam Gambhir. Hobart 2012 was already done. After that only he gained IPL success 2013 onwards.
Yeah, he was never like the man for RCB until 2012-13. Really, he wasn't. You can't call him a product of the IPL. Of course, when it comes to IPL, the one story I always remember of him was that Delhi, then the Daredevils, had the option to sign him from the under 19 players, and instead went for Pradeep Sangwan. Talk about calls you end up regretting.
Yeah. Kohli's one major knock in the IPL, or I wouldn't say came in the IPL, in the CL T20, when he almost helped RCB chase down total against Mumbai Indians. But who got him out on a full toss? It was Zaheer Khan. So that was the first glimpse we saw Kohli as a finisher in 2010-11. But after that, 2012 Hobart knock, that's it. Yeah. He became the next big thing.
Mr. Shekhar says Harshal was and always be limited to IPL, that too 1 or 2 seasons. Badly exposed in international cricket, even in Ireland. Kudos to Rohit, he didn't play him in the World T20 and Asia Cup. Anybody wants to add anything?
Predictable.
MS Dhoni.
In the words of MS Dhoni.
Yep.
Let's take one final question from Akash Bhardwaj. So pick one player from the 90s to play IPL. He's picked Sir Viv. So I think
Michael
so
Bevan.
let's try and pick other than Sir Viv, because Sir Viv would be number 1.
Michael Bevan.
IPL.
Yeah, why not?
He was more of an accumulator.
No, wait, I'm mixing up. Who was it Bevan? Really?
Yeah,
The finisher?
Bevan finisher.
Bevan.
But
Yeah.
he was a finisher who would take doubles.
Okay,
and
I'll give you a better name. Then Clues now.
clues now.
Zulu.
Zulu is a good pick.
True.
I'm
Kids.
a little clueless about this.
हाँ ठीक है. She didn't see to it. I do feel old sometimes. Yeah. Go for it. Good question. Let's
Brian Lara.
BC Lara. Yeah.
Brian Charles Lara, the prince. Why not?
I'm picking Kapil Dev in his prime to play the IPL.
90s.
Yeah, he played in the 90s also.
But 90s.
But
you
he
know
played
how
in the
he got
90s.
how
He wasn't at his peak in 90s. But I'm saying a peak Kapil Dev, and he's also a 90s cricketer because he played till the 90s. So peak Kapil Dev.
Can I say Sunil Gavaskar?
No.
You can, but that may not be the right choice.
Sunil Gavaskar may not like it.
36 of 60 overs? No.
Yeah, but that was also a rare thing. He also, by the way, for the longest time held the record for the fastest ODI 100.
Yes.
Nobody sees that.
New Zealand,
Nagpur.
1987 World Cup.
Yeah, so nobody
Same match
remembers
with
that.
Chetan Sharma took a hat trick.
Yes.
Oh, right, yes.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, but yeah, but not so much. IPL he was more old
You
school.
could say
Correct.
Mohammad Azharuddin or Ajay Jadeja.
Jadeja.
Ajay Jadeja was.
Look at it, internationally, I mean,
Kamli. He was a dasher. Play with it all the
I mean,
other.
he made Shane Warne mortal. 22.
Yeah.
Runs
I mean,
above.
even someone like a Wasim Wakar, right?
I
in
have
their peak.
someone. Brett
Saeed Anwar.
Brett Lee played
Saeed Anwar actually.
Brett Lee made his debut in 98.
99.
and Brett Lee
99.
played IPL, won 2 titles with Kolkata.
No, but 90. Yeah. But still.
No, I'm saying Wasim Wakar. You could look at like various
Actually,
other options. Right?
Miyada.
Javed Miandad, very street smart, yeah.
As a bowler, Curtly Ambrose. Man.
It'd be like Nokia type effect
Yeah.
or a Monet Mockle type
Death overs.
season he would have.
Death overs, he would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Curtly Ambrose.
Oh, that way even Gordon Greenidge would have been amazing.
Desmond Haynes.
Haynes and Greenidge. I'd go with Greenidge more, liked him slightly more. But too many players. Malcolm Marshall played 90s, yeah.
92. He played
Yeah, 92 the World Cup, but he was not as quick as he was.
Yeah.
My other pick would be if the first pinch hitter,
I'm gonna
Mark
pick
Greatbatch.
Botham.
No, I'm going to pick, for sentimental reason, I'm going to pick Dean Jones for it.
Oh,
He was way out of his time in white ball cricket.
47 average.
Then he
And
played
strike
Mark
rate of
Greatbatch.
78.
Great batch also, but I'm saying, a great batch was like that one tournament phenomena. Dino was like, he actually was like a trendsetter in white ball cricket. The one who got like
I
quick
mean,
runs.
in the 80s and the 90s, who would boast of a average of 47 and a strike rate of 78?
Yeah.
That was Dean
Those
Jones.
days.
It's ahead of its time.
Yeah, so he was like a pioneer in, how white ball cricket began to change.
And,
As a batsman.
And I can never forget that one shot that he hit off Javagal Srinath in Brisbane. 92, India versus Australia.
The series before.
No, the World Cup
The
match.
World Cup game.
Srinath-
Went down to the last ball.
One run needed. Srinath bowls a length ball outside off. Dean Jones just one swing of the bat. Whack! Deep mid wicket. It goes into the second tier. And that was a huge Brisbane ground because it also had a dog cart.
At that time, you didn't have those ropes.
Yeah, you had a dog cart. It went past the dog cart in the second tier.
And he was also like, glares. I think the first cricketer I saw wearing glares. And that
lip.
Lower lip.
Lip.
Only lower lip.
Zinc cream.
Zinc cream. Only lower.
And what a gun fielder.
Oh, yes. Outstanding fielder. True. That's what I'm saying.
Jonty Rhodes.
Yeah, but I mean, only for fielding.
Only for
his
fielding.
batting wouldn't.
Then I can pick Noel David also.
Yeah.
Who Noel David?
Noel who, yeah.
Who is he?
The one guy who retired much before, he could have been a great bowler, Alan Donald.
Oh,
Donald.
Or Donald, yeah, my
I
favorite.
loved him.
My favorite. My all-time favorite.
At that time,
Everybody would want to
I'll tell you a
watch
story.
his action.
So I'll tell you a story. The first time South Africa played that game in India, in Eden Gardens, when they came
92.
after apartheid.
91.
So I went to see that match. I didn't get great seats. So I got like square of the wicket. So I remember that South Africa batted first. Clive Rice was the captain, and first time seeing South Africa, had no idea, right? First time you're seeing in those days highlights, also nothing. I just read about few players. They got 183 or something. And I was like, they're not the same level. Then I was wondering with my friends, like, let's see how their bowling is. Let's say Alan Donald bowls that first over. Believe you me, I couldn't see the ball on the square, right? Only way I would see him leave the ball and then the keeper collected.
Lowered action it used to.
So I collected thak. I was like, man, this is quick. Those times now we weren't used to that kind of
Yes.
quick bowling to see live. I was like, this guy is quick. I can't see the ball where it's going. So that was my first memory of Alan
I
Donald.
mean, the one delivery that Donald bowled, in Durban, Tendulkar's off stump went cartwheeling.
And some bowlers, like I've spoken to a few players, so some bowler, maybe on the speed gun, he may not match up to a Shoaib or a Brett Lee, but they say he bowled a hard ball. So facing him was like tougher because the ball would hit much harder than a Brett Lee ball or...
And what an action. You would want to copy that
Exactly.
action.
Perfect.
That action.
Outstanding.
Alan Donald.
Saurav Mukherjee says, I don't have a favorite IPL team, never had. It's just entertainment for me since 2008. So you were saying that he's like me.
Can't read that.
Quite like me, Saurav. But no, we understand that. We're just kidding. So, on that note, thank you very much for your company this Wednesday evening. Yeah, it is Wednesday.
Yes.
Or Thursday morning, sorry.
Yep.
We'll see you on...
Plenty of things to look forward to. We have Arsenal and Man City at 12:30. We're going to be over at the Arsenal fans' house.
Tonight?
Oh.
Title decider,
Is it
potentially.
Noel's house?
Yeah.
Go live after that?
Yeah, we will.
Okay, super.
Okay.
Arsenal versus?
Manchester City.
It's a
Title decider.
Big game.
Very big game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
very
if Manchester City win,
On the road anyway.
Premier League.
Yeah, Premier League.
if Manchester City win, they get a 2-point lead.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Keep it on. We have a 1 hour drive. 1.5 hour drive.
Yesterday I was driving here there in 35 minutes. Gurgaon.
Huh?
Today it took us 4 hours 15 minutes to reach here.
Wow.
My goodness.
1 hour to it took us
Viva
here.
Goa, yaar. What are you smoking, man? He's picked Michael Atherton for IPL. Yaar. Come on.
Maybe for commentary.
A commentary,
Commentary
I love it. But and test team if you're selecting the
Then Athens, yes.
Although in that one team, if there was one guy who would hustle with T20 set, was Neil Fabre.
He's good. No, Alex Stewart also could tong.
Graham Hick.
Hick, yeah. Chalo, okay. Bye bye. See you. Good night.
Bye-bye,
See
see
you. Tomorrow.
you.
We have another game.
Yep,
coming up.
CSK versus RR.
Oh, that is a big game. But we say that every evening.
Big
This
game.
match was a big game, by the way.
Yep, it
It was a big game.
Chalo, good night, Nandri.